Welcome to this important section, Self-Awareness and Leadership Identity. In this module, we turn the lens inward. We shift the focus from managing tasks and teams to understanding the person leading them, you. Leadership starts with you. Your habits, your emotions, your values, all of these affect how you lead, how others respond to you, and how successful your projects become. In this lecture, you'll learn what self-awareness really means, why it matters for project leaders, and how to develop a deeper sense of leadership identity through practical tools. Let's begin with a simple idea. You can't lead others well if you don't know yourself. Project environments are dynamic, fast-paced, and full of people with different expectations. As a project leader, your reactions, both spoken and unspoken, shape your team's behavior. When you are self-aware, you understand what triggers you, what energizes you, and where you may unintentionally create friction. Studies consistently show that self-aware leaders are more effective communicators, make better decisions, and are more trusted by their teams. Without self-awareness, you may misinterpret feedback, react emotionally under pressure, overestimate or underestimate your strengths, struggle to understand how others perceive you. In contrast, when you're self-aware, you're better equipped to manage stress, navigate conflict, and adapt your leadership to the situation. Self-awareness doesn't happen overnight, but there are practical tools to help you uncover your patterns, preferences, and blind spots. Let's look at 3 key methods. The Johari window is a simple but powerful model for understanding self-awareness. It divides what we know about ourselves into 4 zones. Open area, known to you and others, your communication style, work ethic. Hidden area, known to you but hidden from others, your insecurities or ambitions. Blind spot, unknown to you but seen by others. Maybe you interrupt often but don't realize it. Unknown area, unknown to you and others, untapped potential or traits not yet tested. The goal is to expand your open area, to learn more about yourself and share it with others. That creates trust and psychological safety on your team. How to use it. Ask trusted peers or team members what they observe in your leadership style. Reflect on what you choose not to share. Consider how to reduce blind spots by actively seeking feedback. 360-degree feedback. This is a structured way to gather anonymous feedback from multiple people, your manager, team members, peers, even clients. It gives you a rich multi-angle view of how you're perceived. 360-degree feedback often includes leadership behaviors, communication patterns, team collaboration, emotional intelligence. It can be humbling, but it's one of the best ways to understand how your leadership is landing with others. Tips for using it. Choose a diverse group of people to get broad perspectives. Look for themes, not isolated comments. Use it as a development tool, not a report card. Writing down your thoughts is one of the most underrated leadership tools. A reflection journal can help you. Make sense of complex situations. Recognize patterns in your decisions. Process emotional responses to setbacks. Track your growth over time. You don't need to write pages every day. A few minutes each week reflecting on what went well, what didn't, what did I learn, can sharpen your self-awareness. What is leadership identity? Once you start to understand yourself better, the next step is building your leadership identity. Think of your leadership identity as your personal leadership brand. It's the combination of your core values, your strengths and motivators, your beliefs about leadership, the behaviors you're known for. Leadership identity answers the question, what kind of leader do I want to be, and what kind of leader am I becoming? Your leadership identity isn't your job title. It's not about being the project manager. It's about how you show up, how you influence, and what legacy you leave on your projects and people. Understanding your values, strengths, and blind spots. Your core values. Values guide your decisions and behavior. They are your internal compass. Ask yourself, what principles matter most to me at work? Do I value honesty over harmony? Speed over perfection? What really frustrates me? And what does that tell me about my values? When you know your values, you can lead with integrity, even under pressure. Your strengths. Many project leaders underplay their strengths because they're too focused on what they need to improve. But leading from your strengths creates energy and confidence. Tools like Gallup Strengths Finder or VIA Character Strengths can help you pinpoint your top traits. Common leadership strengths include strategic thinking, empathy, accountability, adaptability, communication. Once you identify your strengths, ask, how am I using these intentionally in my leadership? Am I over-relying on any of them? For example, too much empathy can delay tough conversations. Everyone has blind spots. These are behaviors you don't see in yourself, but others do. You may think you're being clear, but your team sees you as vague. You may think you're calm under pressure, but others notice tension in your tone. Uncovering blind spots takes humility and feedback, and it's worth it because blind spots often block your growth. Try asking, what's one thing I could do differently to be a better leader for you? What's something I may not realize about how I am coming across? The link between self-perception and team performance. Here's the leadership paradox. How you see yourself is not always how others experience you. Self-perception affects how you delegate, how you handle conflict, how much you trust your team, how your team trusts you. When there's a gap between how you think you're leading and how your team experiences your leadership, results suffer. That's why self-awareness is so closely linked to team performance. Self-aware leaders tend to empower others more effectively, adapt their style to different team members, create more inclusive and psychologically safe environments, recover faster from setbacks and mistakes. When you take ownership of how you show up, your team follows that example, and that's how leadership becomes contagious. Building your authentic leadership brand. Let's end this section with something practical. How do you intentionally build your leadership identity? Here are 5 steps to craft and live your authentic leadership brand. Clarify your values. Choose 3 to 5 values that guide your decisions. Write them down. Revisit them often. Know your strengths. Take a strengths assessment. Ask trusted colleagues what they see as your top traits. Understand your impact. Gather feedback. Observe how others respond to you in meetings, emails, and conflict. Define your leadership purpose. What kind of leader do you want to be? What legacy do you want to leave? Act in alignment. Consistency builds trust. Be the same leader in easy moments and tough ones. Authenticity doesn't mean being perfect. It means being real. Your team doesn't expect you to have all the answers, but they do expect you to be honest, human, and self-aware. Let's recap the key ideas. Self-awareness is the foundation of great leadership. Use tools like the Johari Window, 360 feedback, and reflection journals to build it. Your leadership identity is shaped by your values, strengths, and the way others experience you. What you believe about yourself and how you act on those beliefs deeply affects team performance. Building an authentic leadership brand means living your values, owning your impact, and leading with purpose.